Honestly, I'm sad. Get ready with me, please don't think.
Enjoy. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi guys. And welcome back to Press Play. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Precious. Welcome to the family. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Since you should all be doing that, but if you're new here, subscribe. Right now, click that button, okay? Today, guys, I'm sure you know what's going on in the world. There's a pandemic. A pandemic. 2020 was supposed to be our year, the year. There is a pandemic. Make it make sense. The year that everyone's claiming as their year, there's a pandemic. Wow. People say tell God your plans and he'll laugh and this is, what the hell is this? Guys, these are 10 shows to watch during this coronavirus pandemic, okay? And guys, there are 10 shows that you may have watched. Most of them you probably won't. I'm gonna give you guys something to entertain yourselves with. Because guys, I love my shows. Let me put you on. Listen, after this, guys, you're gonna know Precious put you on, okay? Period. Guys, the first show is a show you should already be watching. If you're not watching it, you need to get with it. You need to get with the times. You need to get with the program, okay? The first show is Real Housewives of Atlanta. Are you dumb? Guys, this show is elite. It is elite. It is a 10 out of 10. It's just the drama, the shade, I think it's one of the best shows on reality TV. That is one of the best, okay? It has been running for, let me check how long it's been running for. It's now on the 12th season. So if you guys haven't been watching it, this is the perfect opportunity to start it. It features Nene Leakes, the real OG of the show, Candy Burris from that group called Escape. I didn't really know about them too much, but if you know about them, you know. It also has Cynthia Bailey, who used to be a model. Who else? Phaedra used to be on it. It's a woman called Phaedra, and I'm sure you've seen the meme of her reading Kenya to filth. Obviously, she's not in it anymore because of her situation with Candy, which is a whole mess that you guys should watch. And how can we forget the twirl queen, the troublemaker, Miss Kenya Moore? Okay, Kenya, guys, watching her life, her whole situation with Mark Daly, it is a mess. You just get to see these women. I think it's a lit show. Black women who have been so successful in their career that now they can just sit around and chit chat and argue with one another and go on nice holidays and set up businesses. It's inspiring. It's a bit, ghetto, but it's lit. So guys, that is the first show I'm going to suggest. If you're not watching it, you should be. If you are watching it, don't worry. I've got more coming that you have not watched. The next show I have for you guys is called All Rise. Okay, it's called All Rise. Guys, I love this show. This is around this judge called Lola Carmichael, and she's really trying to make a difference to the system from within. And she has some trials and tribulations doing that because people are saying she's not following the law, she tries to bend the rules, and there's just so much to be seen, and they really focus on different things. The last episode I believe I watched was to do with sex trafficking. Before that, they touched on domestic abuse and domestic violence. It's been an ongoing theme throughout the season. What else have they touched upon? They touched on so much. And guys, the show is just basically about the pursuit for justice within the legal system. And you get to see prosecutors and you get to see defense attorneys and how it all works and the difficulty that they face. They've done gang rivalries. This show is amazing, and I love that it's a black woman that is a judge trying to do this. And you also see her battle with her mum. So her mum believes that the way to do these things is to advocate outside, is to go outside, to protest, to have riots. Do you know what I mean? The way to really work through the system is to be out of it and penetrate it. Whereas she believes that the best way to defeat the system, or a system that is broken, is from within. So watching this and watching her fight the system and all the things she goes through, and even white people, there was a whole situation with doctors. They spoke about, so black women, our case of intersectionality. They spoke about this black woman who the doctor didn't believe her when she said she was sick and she died, and that was a whole case in court. And that's a very real issue black women face. Guys, I had a whole presentation on black feminism this year in law. It's so inspiring, and I feel like definitely watch it. And there's only one season, so it's not like you're gonna be watching it for ages. On to show 3. Okay, show 3, guys. This show, it stars Jason Momoa, yeah? Baba Voss. That's who he's called in. That's who he's called in C. Baba Voss, yeah? And Baba Voss is basically this really strong But you know, you've seen Jason Momoa's build. Oof, that man. But yeah, he's very big, he's very tough, and he's the leader of this whole his whole like village or clan or whatever. And he has these 2 kids, right? These 2 kids that can see. I know, shocking. They have eyesight. I don't know. I know that doesn't sound like anything, but they have eyesight in a world where nobody can see. In a world where no one can see, these children can see. And it just focuses on the issues they face. So some people refer to them as witches because they can see and nobody else can see, right? So there's this whole hunt for these kids to kill them because they can see and no one else can see. And they refer to them as witches. It's a story of love, it's a story of betrayal. It reminds me of Game of Thrones, actually. Game of Thrones, quite a bit. It's so interesting. The fact that these children can see, it's like people are afraid of anything different. That's what it really highlights. Everyone's trying to kill the kids, and Baba Voss is so protective. He protects these kids, guys. He's beating up people for these kids, and even though these people are blind, they can see. They're not like, they use all the other senses, so all the other senses are heightened, like listening, smelling, like even feel, like touch. All their other senses are heightened because they can't see. And you even see that at points, like, they're stronger than these little kids. Like, a guy that can't see will really F up a guy that can see. You think your 20/20 vision is going to save you from Baba Voss? Oh, you wait there. Reminds me of Bird Box, you know, the girl and boy thing. No one can open the eyes, no one can see. It kind of reminded me, I feel like maybe that's what it was inspired from, but it's an absolutely amazing show. Gives me real Game of Thrones vibes, and I hope it does not end with the disappointment of Game of Thrones, because I still have not recovered from that. Here's another show from Apple TV. This is called The Morning Show. Guys, The Morning Show. The Morning Show. The 2 lead characters on this show are Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston, if you remember her from Friends. And guys, she's called Alex Levy, and the other one's called Bradley Jackson. So what's her name? Reese is called Bradley Jackson and Jennifer is Alex Levy, and it's basically about the whole Me Too movement. Steve Carell is the lead male in this, and essentially it's around, he's essentially like Harvey Weinstein. And what he's been doing is he has been sleeping with these women in his workplace, and he doesn't recognize that it's rape, or what he's doing is sexual assault. He doesn't really seem to take that in. He assumes that these women want it because, you know, he's got power, he's got money. These women want to sleep with him. He's not seeing it as rape, and essentially he is Harvey Weinstein. Reese Witherspoon basically comes in, and she's come, you know, to really tear the whole house down and expose what's going on. That's not originally her intent, but that's what the aim is. And you just see how the whole show, even the CEOs, aim to cover it up. So just things like normal things that we know happen in the world, like NDA agreements, giving these women promotions, and just seeing how it all unfolds. And it really brings awareness. If you're ever, because there are people who don't see these things as rape, and you really get to see both sides, and you really understand why it is detrimental, and how it is rape, and how it is sexual assault, and how it's just morally wrong. I think they did a great job of highlighting the Me Too movement in the workplace, and just really bringing light to it for people who don't really understand what it is, or don't understand the suffering of victims. Guys, it is an amazing show, and it's got some really funny bits in it too, so make sure you watch it. On Netflix, guys, The Witcher. Oh, I love The Witcher. It was a bit creepy. Obviously, growing up in an African household, I never really got to watch things called The Witcher. You know, it wasn't something that I was watching in my household. Okay, so it's like this guy called a Witcher. He's some guy called Geralt. And he really struggles to find his place in the world because he's basically half human, half monster. And he's just really good at fighting. And basically, he finds this love in this woman, but this woman also too is a witch, and she used to be a hunchback, and she's just scary, and you just see, you know, how her insecurities really take over her life. And if you have to pick through the choices of 2 evils, which are you going to pick? And just see her pain and her suffering in the story, and just, you know, insecurities that women face, like being ugly. She suffers through that stuff, and how when she finds her beauty, or when she gets physical beauty, is she still whole? Does she still, she doesn't feel, because beauty starts from within, guys, so she still does not feel beautiful. From what the show sees, from what you see from the show. I'm not going to say any more, but it is an amazing show. Show is one of my faves, one of my faves. It's called Station 19. I'm smiling back because I love this show so much, my cheeks. It's called Station 19, written by Shonda Rhimes. Oh, you know, I love me some Shonda Rhimes. She's also the writer of How to Get Away with Murder, Scandal, and Grey's Anatomy. So this show is a spin-off from Grey's Anatomy. I'm sure some of you are familiar with some of Shonda Rhimes' work. I mean, if you're not, where have you been living? Under a rock? under a rock, okay? Because her shows are elite. It's a spin-off show, like I said, from Grey's Anatomy. It deals with the fire station and how they handle things and how they deal with emergencies. Guys, it is so amazing to watch. They really touch upon cancer, healthcare for people who are in public service and how they are treated. Obviously, America's system is different to ours. We have the NHS. Period. We live out here, okay? But they don't have that luxury, and you see like the difficulties with insurance and stuff. You also see them dealing with their love lives, dealing with parents wanting to be a firefighter. We also have Wendy Wu, the homecoming queen there. I forgot her real name, but she comes up on the show, JJ. That was her name on the show, JJ. And you see her whole story with this black guy. I'm not going to go too much into it. And guys, this show crosses over with Grey's Anatomy. So if you watch Grey's Anatomy, watch the show first, then watch Grey's Anatomy after, because this one comes out first. But yeah, no guys, it's honestly amazing. Watching them run into fires, it's just a little adrenaline rush. Ugh! Inject it, and yeah, you just see how they all live their lives. You have this guy who his husband died, so in a fire, so you see how he deals with it. People who have trauma, like you see one of the women goes deaf at one point. And it's just so interesting. 7 is called Ready to Love. Yeah, guys, I love this show so much. I used to sing the theme song on my Snapchat when it would come up. It goes,
no, it took me some time to get to the place that you wanted me to be. Oh, but now I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, guys, I can't sing, but that's how the theme song goes. And I just love the show. It's basically about, so it's 10 black single men, 10 black single women, based in Atlanta, and they're trying to find love, trying to find the love of their life, somebody to marry. And you see how they date. It's like Love is Blind but black. So interesting to see how, especially how our community date as black people. We date differently to white people. I think we take more time to be committed. We like to weigh out all our options. And you see how, remember, these women and these men sometimes want the same people. So you see how they handle that and how they deal with that. And it's just, oh, guys, you'll really be rooting for some people. Alexis really annoyed me. There's some girl called Alexis. You're going to find her annoying too. She was annoying. I was happy for everything else. And the reunion, fire. But I'm going to flames. The reunion was amazing. There's like 2-3 seasons of this. Guys, show number 8. This is show number 8, okay? Guys, this show, it is so amazing. And it has really opened my eyes. It's a deep show. It's a deep show. Guys, this show is called Handmaid's Tale. Handmaid's Tale. Some of you may have read the book, but you need to watch the series. You need to watch the series. Guys, it's about this woman. It focuses on this woman called June. She lives in this dystopia called Gilead, right? And essentially, she's a concubine. She is meant to sleep every month, ritually, with this man to bear kids for his wife. So essentially, what it is women in that dystopia, they can't have kids. They struggle to have kids. There's only a few fertile women, and some of these women that they pick up to be these concubines are women who have kids out of wedlock, women who are lesbians, women who maybe are thieves, women who have they're basically seen as sinners. And the verse they use from the Bible is the story of Bila. I'm not sure if you guys know, but Bila was basically a handmaid, and she bore kids for... Hi. Love you. Happy Mother's Day. Say hi. Come and say hi. No, you have to come in properly. Come and say hi. Hello. Guys, this is my mom. It focuses on that, and it takes the scripture from the Bible, and that's basically what this whole dystopia is focused on. It's very religious based. It's deeply rooted in religion. And I think they're trying to point at the idea that the religion is the cause of a lot of the problems in the world. Even as a Christian myself, I do recognize that. It's very scary to see. Women can't work in this dystopia. They are literally supposed to be the definition of, well, the misogynistic and patriarchal definition of a wife. Cook, give birth to babies, look after kids, sleep, cater to your husband. That is it. And you see the struggles of these women, even the women who are wives in the situation in Gilead, who have helped build Gilead to what it is, so help build Gilead into this patriarchal society. They don't even like it. You see them trying to read, wanting to speak, wanting to have conversations, wanting to have an input in what goes on, and they're being shut down and shunned because they're women. Women don't get to speak. Guys, after they give birth to the kids for the wives, the kids are ripped away from them and given to the wives, and then they have to go to the next house, sleep with another general, and get held down by his wife, and then give the child to the wife. So they just go from house to house to house, being forced to being raped and then having kids for these men. So it is incredibly sad, incredibly interesting though, and it highlights so many ongoing issues in our society. Handmaid's Tale, it will open your eyes. You'll be like, wow, this means this, this means this. And because obviously I analysed it for Gender and Law a bit, guys, the show will open your eyes. The next show I'm going to give you, number 9, is called Watchmen. If you're a fan of DC, I'm not sure if you can see, you can't see my DC post up there, but I was saying I love DC. Guys, DC, alright, so I love DC and Marvel, I'm a big fan. Let me explain to you the difference between Marvel and DC. You guys are going to listen and listen well. Marvel, the storylines aren't as in-depth as DC. So they are better for movies. I don't really think they are as good for shows. Whereas DC is so well written, right guys, and it has so many layers and so much depth that it needs to be a series. They need to stop really trying to make movies for DC, because when they try to make movies, it often doesn't work out, and it often misses out a lot of bits in the comics and just doesn't have enough descriptive detail that you can get in, for example, a 24 episode series. So DC just needs to stick to really good series, but not those low budget ones that they've been doing. I mean invest in your series. And Watchmen is a series they invested in, guys. Watchmen is amazing. Oh guys,
They were just hibernating.
Inject it, okay? So if you've ever watched Watchmen, Watchmen is based originally on the comic and the movie from before. So in Watchmen, you have this guy in the series. I'm gonna explain it, but guys, actually watch the movie before you watch. So I'm even giving you a 2-in-1. Watch the movie before you watch the series, because it will help you understand it better. Okay, guys, so the show stars Regina King, and Regina King, you know, she's an amazing actress, an amazing actress, and she is Angela Bassett in this series. She is with this man, guys. She is with this man, and as you're watching it, we know that the man she is with, it's like, who is this man? If you've watched the comics, you know who the man is. Not gonna ruin it for you. And we have this story of Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan is this big blue, powerful guy. He can see into the future, he can see into the past, he sees into the present. He knows what all time is and what all time is going to be, and he functions based on that. And you see that everyone's looking for Dr. Manhattan. Everybody wants to know where Dr. Manhattan is. Where is Dr. Manhattan? That is the big question. Okay, you know what? Because you guys have been so good today and you've listened for this whole video, I'm going to make it 11 shows. So I'm going to give you one now. I'm going to save the best till last. Because guys, the last show, mind blown. So guys, this show, I'm not going to give you, this is show number 10. This is show number 10. This show is called Good Girls. Guys, Good Girls is my shit. Ugh. So Good Girls is basically about these 3 women who don't have money, who are from very low income backgrounds. I think only one of them was kind of well to know. They don't have money, they're broke. So they're broke, and really and truly they're trying to find ways to make money, and legitimately they do try, legit, so many different things, but it's just not working. And one of them, the daughter has diabetes, she cannot afford the medicine. So at this point it's like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get all in the account, to get money in the account. So they start laundering money, and as they're laundering money, guys, that you see how they're trying to like get away from the police, and it's like, how would anyone suspect these 3 lovely ladies who live in the suburbs of laundering money? And you have this sexy gangster. I like him. Gangster called Rio, and Rio is just every girl's dream. He's so sexy, but he's scary. You know, people talk about Ovi, and they're like, he doesn't look like he could kill. Like, he doesn't look like he has a killer instinct. Rio looks like he can kill. I like him. Sorry. But yeah, like, he is just amazing. And you see how like he has this sort of weird relationship with some of the ladies. He's very intimidating, but his voice, guys, he is just and how that he kind of gets looped into it, and how these ladies struggle because they're such good girls, and to now be living this bad girl lifestyle. Keep being the bad girl you are.
Gloria.
I'm awfully sorry this
I am awfully sorry.
And you see that they have that sort of situation. And they're just trying to make it out, man. They're just trying to get money in the account, but they're good girls, so this is hard for them. The last show is called Hunters. Okay, So the last show, the cherry on top of the cake, this extra show I'm giving you is probably the best out of all I've said. Guys, this show, Amazon, I knew you had it in you. I really knew you had it in you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I knew you had it in here. You guys were saying, I'm sure I have potential. But where my potential is taking me, but you got to where your potential was taking you, and I'm so proud. Guys, this show is called Hunters. Guys, Hunters. This is one of the new shows I literally raced through because it was that amazing. And it's basically this idea. I can't even. Wow. It's this idea that there are Nazis in America. Listen. Nazis in America. So essentially, after World War II, what America did, according to this, was they moved the Nazis, the ones who were doctors and innovating stuff, they moved them into America because they couldn't afford Russia to have it because of the Cold War. So these Nazis are living into America, and you have this group of people called the Hunters. And the show essentially starts with this young male. So this Hunters show is focused on this guy called Jonah. Jonah is Jewish, and it's basically about him. He becomes part of these hunters, these people that hunt the Nazis who have moved to America for all the wrong they have done. And something happens, and they're trying to figure out who is the person who killed his important person, in fact I can say it. They're trying to figure out who killed his grandma. He's trying to figure out who killed his grandma. He doesn't know who killed his grandma. And we're trying to figure out who killed his grandma, right? So we're thinking, who could it be? We know that there's this guy called the Wolf, he was a Nazi doctor, and he tortured a lot of the women in the camp, including his grandma. So during the story, So during the movie, So during the series, we know that his grandma was tortured by this man, this Jewish doctor, and we're trying to think, who is the Jewish doctor? Who could the Jewish doctor? She was tortured by this German doctor. So we're trying to figure out, who is this German doctor that his grandma was tortured by? Who is this German doctor that has caused this Jewish family so much pain and suffering? Who is he? Who is he? So we're trying to figure it out, and it's this guy called the Wolf. But we don't know who the Wolf is. We don't know who he is. We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to find the Wolf, the person who killed Jonah's grandma. And guys, when you find out who the Wolf is, a lot of people will be scared here. A lot of people. Guys, the overview, and it's basically about these hunters who are Jewish people. So they're Jewish people and a couple other people. There's a black woman in there who are trying to bring justice against those. So they're trying to bring justice against those who, committed the mass genocide of the Jews, who committed the Holocaust. And it's basically about killing and getting those who are high-ranking officers. We need to bring them to justice. These lot gotta go. So that's what the Hunters do. And what I really loved about this show, let me add, guys, they really made a difference. So what I did love about this show was there was a black woman on it, and they kind of highlighted that her situation was slightly different to the others because she was a black woman. She had a lot more suffering and a lot more baggage to deal with. But at the same time, I just feel like they need to make it a bit more clear that even though Jewish people, yes, do have a struggle, I believe that the black struggle then, personally, was a bit more. This was the time of the civil rights movement. So it wasn't like it was during the Holocaust. This was actually during the civil rights movement when this is taking place, and they're trying to get all these people that have killed Jewish people before who have committed the Holocaust. And I just feel like they need to make it more apparent that she is in more danger than these Jewish people are. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, yes, they're in danger. Yes, they're in danger in terms of the police and the system, but the actual black woman would be the first to go. And I feel like that could be better highlighted, but maybe in season 2 and season 3, and they do touch upon it, so I'll give credit where it's due. Not that one struggle is more than the other, but they're different. I think that's the better way to put it. They are different. Guys, no. That show blew my mind. I was really upset for a couple of days, but it was just so amazing. Like, I was so happy at Amazon, but I was so upset, man. But it's honestly, it's an amazing brand. And this show is honestly amazing to see. But now, I do believe there are Nazis in America. I believe it, and I said what I said. Period. Because there's no way there's not Nazis. When they explain it in the show, it's like, this is too real not to be a show. It is definitely real life. This is real life. And so yeah, guys, that is it. That is the end of the video. That was 10 shows to watch during this pandemic. You know, find yourself something to do. I feel like watching these shows, it was just cool off some steam, you know. Some of you don't have GCSEs, you don't have A-levels. Other of you do not go into work right now, so enjoy yourself, relax, get, you know, watch some quality shows, get your imaginative juices flowing. And I hope you guys really, really enjoyed that. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Guess what we're doing next time on Fresh Play?